Guardz dropped a number this week that should have stopped every founder's morning. Most won't hear about it. The ones who do will misread what it says. 9 out of 10 SMBs have at least one compromised user account active right now. Not at risk of being compromised, not exposed to phishing. Actively compromised, credentials in the wild, an open door somebody else already knows about. This is the Pulse, cybersecurity signal in 5 minutes. I'm Jane. Ransomware detections are up 190% year over year in the same dataset. Read those two facts in sequence, and the picture sharpens. The pool of pre-positioned access is growing, and attackers are converting that access into something destructive faster than defenders can see it happening. Wendy Nather built a phrase a decade ago that still names the problem better than anything coming out of the vendor circuit: the security poverty line. Below it sit the businesses that can't afford the people, the tooling, or the time to do security the way the frameworks assume. Most SMBs live below that line, and always have. What changed is that the attackers stopped treating that population as low value. Initial access brokers price an SMB foothold the way the rest of the economy prices anything: by what someone will pay for it. Ransomware as a service crews pay well. So, the math. More access for sale, more buyers, more conversions. Most SMBs find out they were compromised when something downstream forces the conversation. A payment that didn't land where it was supposed to. A customer asking about an email they never sent. A ransom note on a Monday morning. The compromise isn't the event. It's the precondition. Mandiant has put numbers on the visibility gap for years. The days between intrusion and detection have improved over the decade, but still run weeks for most organizations, and months for those without a dedicated detection function. SMBs are disproportionately in that second group. The attacker is in the building before the alarm gets installed. That's not a tooling failure. Most SMBs already own EDR, MFA, a SIM trial they never finished configuring, an email gateway, sometimes two. The tools generate signal. The gap is that nobody is paid to watch what the signal says, follow the threads it raises, and decide whether what they're seeing matters. So the question the Guardz number forces isn't, do you have security tools? You do. The question is closer to this. Who in your business would know if a credential belonging to someone on your team was being used by someone who isn't them? And how long would it take them to find out? For most growth stage businesses, the honest answer is, we'd find out when something breaks. That's the gap between owning visibility and exercising it. Tools generate visibility. People exercise it. The cost of the second one is what most SMBs have not yet decided to pay. 9 out of 10 SMBs are already past the point where prevention is the relevant conversation. The relevant conversation is detection. Who is responsible for it? How fast they can confirm it? And what they are authorized to do when they confirm it. If you can answer those 3 things in 1 sentence each, you have a security program. If you can't, what you have is a tool stack and a hope. The hope is the part the attackers are pricing. Signal check. 2 stories worth knowing. First, Adobe shipped a patch last week for a critical Acrobat Reader 0 day that attackers had been exploiting for roughly 4 months before disclosure. The detection lag is the story, not the CV. 4 months of in-the-wild exploitation against a file format every business opens daily, and the visibility loop didn't close until the vendor disclosed. That's the Echo's frame in miniature. The compromise was in motion long before the patch made it public. If you process PDFs from outside parties, deploy this update this week, not in your next maintenance window. Second, an AI coding agent ran terraform destroy on a live production database. 2.5 years of data, gone. One command. No confirmation gate, no guardrails between the agent's intent and the infrastructure's response. The reflexive read is, AI is dangerous. The actual story is governance. Somebody gave an autonomous agent the permissions to issue destructive infrastructure commands without a human in the loop, and nobody owned the decision to do that. Same visibility gap as the echo, on a different surface. Nobody was watching the agent the way nobody is watching the credentials. The noise this week. We run phishing simulations. Useful. Not what the Guardz number is asking about. Simulations are about access that hasn't happened yet. The Guardz data is about access that already has. 2 different programs, 2 different humans accountable for outcomes. When 9 out of 10 SMBs already have a compromised account active, the simulation report isn't the answer to the question the data just asked. I'll leave you with one question. If 9 out of 10 businesses like yours have an active compromised account right now, and you believe yours is the lucky 1 in 10, what would it look like if you were wrong? Full edition with source links at signal.echocyber.io. I'm Jane. More signal, less noise.